Hello, and welcome to this full moon ceremony in Scorpio. My name is Tiffany, and I'm going to be your guide this evening. I am a whole person life coach, a spiritual mentor, and an energy healer. And I hold a very soft space in my heart for moon ceremonies, primarily because when I think about the lunar cycles and how many other ways in which we use or are influenced by the moon, think about the farmers who use the Farmer's Almanac, which is based on the lunar cycles for determining when to plant their crops. Or when you think about, you go to the beach and the tides are coming in and out as you're there. That is based on the gravitational pull of the moon. And as energetic beings that are more than 50% water, it's hard for me to believe that we're not also impacted. So I like to use the moon to supercharge the intentions that I set. And I think by living with intention, it allows us to create our reality consciously. So many of us get into the habits of just going through the motions of our day without realizing that we can choose how we want to live, what reality we want to create. And so what I'm creating for you here, and I'm so glad that you're joining me, is an opportunity for you to start consciously creating your own reality. The other thing that comes into play as we're working with the moon is the astrological symbol or sign that the moon is in. This moon right now is actually in Scorpio, which I consider to be one of the most misunderstood signs of the zodiac. And we'll get into that a little bit more. I want to give you guys kind of a brief introduction as to what we're going to be going through today. We're going to start out by dropping into a little bit of a meditation, kind of prepare ourselves for the intention setting. I'm going to go through some of those teachings, help you understand how the Scorpio energy is influencing this full moon. We'll go through a couple journal prompts, and then I'll help you guys with an intention setting. We'll then take that intention and really plant it through a guided visualization. So let's go ahead and get started with a meditation to help bring us present and into this moment. You're welcome to sit. You're welcome to put your feet on the floor, sit cross-legged. You're welcome to lay down if that's what suits you best. But do whatever it would take for you to be comfortable. And if you'd like, you may close your eyes. And I'd like you just to start by taking a deep breath in and let it out. Breathe in again, filling your lungs all the way to the corners. And imagine as you exhale that anything you do not need to carry is being carried out of your body with your exhale. Inhale again and imagine your lungs filling with fresh, new air. And as you exhale again, imagine releasing anything that no longer serves you. And as you return to your normal breathing, I want you just to take a moment and check in with your body. So often we move through life at such a speed that we don't even realize that our body is trying to communicate with us. We're unaware of the wealth of knowledge it holds and the information that it could share that would help improve or benefit us in our decision-making processes. As you sit with your body, I just want you to notice. Notice what is there. No need to change it. Just give yourself your full undivided attention. You have no other place to be. You have nothing else to do at this very moment. This is a gift that you are giving to yourself. Let's take one more deep breath in together. Go ahead and give it a sigh out. And as you're ready, you can come back, open your eyes. Welcome. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about the lunar cycles, as well as the Scorpio flavoring. And I'd like to start by talking a little bit about the lunar cycle, in case this is your first video with me. The lunar cycles begin with the new moon, so the time when the moon is dark. And that is usually a time where we plant our seeds of intention. If you have not participated in a new moon intention ceremony, that's totally fine. We'll have plenty for you to get involved and start your own cycles in working with the moon energies today, so nothing to worry about. But if you were able to watch my last video and participated with the Aries new moon, we planted some intention at that point in time. Then as the moon kind of moves around and then is reflecting back the sun's energy at night, the time when it is full, the time when it is at its greatest glory, that's the time that we can look and see what's grown, what is manifest, what hasn't manifest, what would we like to maybe release to make space for something else, or what would we like to nurture and continue to grow during the next lunar cycle. So as we kind of move through today, I want you to think about the fact that we are celebrating this full moon. And as part of that, look at maybe what you would like to release, what you would like to let go of to make more space, what you would like to by chance burn away in order to give more room for what you would like to grow. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Scorpio. As I mentioned, Scorpio is often misunderstood because I think so many people, when you meet a Scorpio, they're intense. They're emotionally intense. And there's mystery, there's secretiveness. There's a lot of traits that can sometimes cause people to worry. They're like, gosh, you're full of mystery. I don't know how to take you. What's hiding behind the curtain? And something that isn't talked about as much that I want to really bring into this full moon is the Scorpio is the sign of transformation. The Scorpio is represented by the symbol of the scorpion, but there are two other symbols that are also associated with Scorpio that aren't talked about as often. And I'd like to get into those a little bit today. And so to start, I want to talk to you about thinking about these symbols as it relates to the stages of consciousness. So really diving into that transformational energy, which is the heart of what Scorpio's work really is. And so to start, we're going to start with the scorpion, that ground-dwelling creature. And when you think about the scorpion, it's moving along so close to the earth. Its point of view is very close, very short-sighted. And when something comes into its view, Scorpio's not one to say, hey, how are you? Let's see. Are you a good person? Are you a bad energy? Or are you safe or unsafe? The Scorpio goes into self-protection mode immediately and says, don't make me sting. Or I will sting and then find out later. So when we think about that early stage of unconsciousness, where you're acting out of habit, you're acting from your unconscious, that is those early stages of Scorpion. The beauty is you don't have to stay there. From the Scorpion, the next symbol is the eagle. And imagine the eagle flying above the earth. Imagine the point of view, the bigger picture, all that it is able to take in. Scorpio transforms into the eagle, and it's like opening your eyes to a whole new world, shifting your perspective to maybe something that you hadn't seen before. And so as you're moving from Scorpio to eagle, you're thinking to yourself, okay, where do I no longer want to act out of habit? Where am I choosing to change and start living from a state of different consciousness, making decisions out of choice rather than habit? And there's actually one more stage, and this is the true manifestation of Scorpio, the phoenix. And when you think about this mythological bird, it grows, it burns to ashes, and from those ashes is reborn. And when you think about the ultimate stage of transformation, where you burn away anything that is no longer serving you, and from those ashes comes that childlike awe and wonder and unconditional love that we are born into this world with. The true essence, the original nature of what we entered this world as. We can shed all of the thoughts, beliefs, things that we've been taught or things that we've picked up along the way as protection mechanisms. I mean, think about that Scorpio or that Scorpion. Its self-protection, its lack of trust is to keep it alive. So there are things that have occurred in your life or maybe are occurring right now that are serving as a protection mechanism for you. And the beauty of transformation and the beauty of coming into consciousness is realizing that you can choose to let go of those beliefs, to know that you are not the same person that you were before, to know that you are whole. That is the beauty of true transformation. So as we're looking at this full moon, I want to give you guys 3 journal prompts, one for each stage or symbol associated with Scorpio. And then we're going to use those together to kind of come up with an intention. So if you would, please grab your journals. And I would like you to listen to the question, pause the video, and write to your heart's content, as little or as much as feels right for you. And then come back, I'll give you the next question. So this is totally self-paced. You can make this your ceremony. But let's start with that Scorpion. Let's step into the embodiment of that Scorpion. And I'd like you to take a minute and ask yourself, in what area of your life could you use an infusion of trust? In what area of your life could you use an infusion of trust? Next, I'd like to shift into the eagle. So imagine yourself kind of looking at things from a different perspective. And I'd like you to ask yourself, what situation or aspect in your life would benefit from a shift in perspective? What situation or aspect in your life would benefit most from a shift in perspective? And the last item that we have is the phoenix. And I'd like you to think about or ask yourself, what needs to be burned away so that you can step into that unconditional love in childlike nature? What needs to be burned away in order for you to step into that childlike awe and unconditional love that you were born with? And now I'd like to set our intention. If you'd like, you can take a look back at your 3 journal prompts, see if perchance there's a underlying theme that would be helpful. Maybe an intention that kind of pulls all of those things together. Or maybe there's something else that's standing out for you. Choose something that you would like to set or release as part of this ceremony. And make sure as you're writing it that you're writing it in the present tense. Write it as if it's something that you are affirming right now as existing in your life. So for example, if you're saying, I am willing to release the binds that are holding me back from trusting a new relationship. I want you to say it as if you are saying it, not I am willing to release, because that implies a future action. So really step into that embodiment. I release all that no longer serves me in regards to my work. I infuse my life with trust and know that it is safe for me to be myself. Okay, so just take a couple moments and write down your intention. And now what I'd like to do is have you once again, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes, and we're going to plant the seeds of that intention. So go ahead and take a deep breath in. Let it out through your mouth. And I would like you to state with strength, love, understanding, your intention for this Scorpio full moon. I would like you to repeat this intention 3 times, either out loud or to yourself. Now I would like you to imagine and embody that intention. I want you to imagine that it's sometime in the future. Maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's 5 years from now. And you have fully manifest your intention. I want you to notice how you feel. What energy is infusing your soul and your body? What emotions are you sensing? What has changed? What has disappeared? What has come in? It is with much gratitude that we plant these intentions deep within the soul. We ask that we are supported in making these intentions our reality. We thank you for the blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you're ready, you can please come back and open your eyes. And I'd like you to do one more thing for me. I would like you to take a moment and write down one action step that you're going to take within the next 24 hours to align you with your intention. What action step are you going to take within the next 24 hours to align you with your intention? So when it comes to utilizing the law of attraction, visualization is super, super powerful. Intention setting, super, super powerful. But in addition to those two things, taking action is required. Okay? So I want you to take a step, no matter how big or how small, in the direction of embodying your intention. In fact, a ton of small steps is going to take you even further than one big step. So plan accordingly, but make sure that you take action. I want to say thank you so much for participating in tonight's event. The next new moon is going to be in Taurus on May 15th at 4:47 p.m. if you are in the Pacific time zone. I would love to have you join me again. Similar to the Scorpio full moon, the ceremony will be posted 2 to 3 days in advance, and you are welcome to watch within a 1 to 2 day window of the actual new moon in order to get the greatest intensity of the moon. I do offer these freely, and if you would like to be notified as to when these videos become available, I ask that you please visit my website, tiffanymarlink.com. On the events page, you will see a spot to sign up. You'll also see a list of previous recordings and any other events and videos that I make available to all. If you would like to support, I would very much appreciate that. And there is an option to donate on my events page. Again, that's tiffanymarlink.com. If you don't feel called to donate, that's totally fine. I'm just so glad that you're here. And I ask one favor, that you do share this video with someone else who you think may benefit. I'm really trying to grow this organically through like-minded souls and would love your help and assistance in doing that. I wish you all the full moon blessings, and I would love to see you again in the next video. Thank you. Good night.